Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to the Maths Subject Expo presentation. So today I'll run you through the basic streams that we offer here at Gisborne Secondary College in mathematics. If you've got any questions with regard to anything that is on today's presentation, feel free to contact myself, Aaron Freeman at Gisborne Secondary College, either by phone, over the portal, or by email. So we'll start off with, a quick refresher on why we might encourage people to do maths regardless of the career they might be going to. Is that number one is it's a decision-making tool. We want people to make informed decisions around things that they might see, whether that's from the media or anywhere else they might get data and information from. So it builds decision-making skills. Along with that, there's problem-solving skills that can be used in a myriad of situations, whether it's work, social, etc. Things like understanding and controlling personal finances can also be a big one as well. Okay, so as you can see here, on the left, probably at the top end of our maths spectrum, we've got students who might take Maths A, but also take General Maths as a Year 11 VCE subject. Okay. Those students would then look to move on to maths methods after that, and their general maths would lead them into a Year 12 subject while they're in Year 11, and they would complete further maths 3 and 4. After that, they would move from methods and most likely go into methods 3 and 4, with the option of completing a second maths during the same year in specialist. I won't cover specialist in detail this presentation, but if we have enough interest, we have done and are running specialists this year. In this middle row, students might just take 10 Maths A, go on to take methods, and from that go on to take methods 3 and 4. So methods 1 and 2 is in Year 11, methods 3 and 4 is in Year 12. And then students may also choose to take Maths B. Now, Maths B won't open you up to the option of doing methods. It's about our mid-range maths at Year 10. And from there, you can go and follow that into general maths at Year 11, which then takes you into further maths at Year 12. Okay. After Maths B, you can also elect to take VCE Foundation Maths. VCE Foundation Maths is a Year 11 subject and terminates at Year 11. There is no Year 12, so you would need to, that would be a subject that would be dropped after that. And there is a Maths C with a numeracy focus, which leads into VCAL numeracy courses. Any of the maths here you can drop down from reasonably easy. So if you had intended to go on to methods 1, 2, 3, and 4, but you felt like 3 and 4 methods wasn't for you for any reason, you could just take, so for instance, instead of taking specialist there, you could just drop across and take methods 3 and 4 on its own. You could also take methods at Year 11, and if you felt like it, that it was appropriate, you could also then head across and do further 3 and 4 if methods 3 and 4 wasn't something you needed for some reason. Some basic careers that are associated with those streams might be at this left-hand side. So it might be engineering courses. We highly recommend for that. The basic methods stream would be things like aviation, engineering, commerce, science, physio. General and further maths, teaching, business and IT. And anyone going through either foundation or the Maths C pathway would look at trades, hospitality and retail courses. Foundation Maths, as I said, that's a terminating course at Year 11. It'll cover more practical areas. I'll click through these slides fairly quickly, and knowing that you can pause it if you need to. So examples of the assessment are here. So patterns, numbers, space, shape and design, measurement and data, so very practical skills. And just some examples from the textbook about what students might see or do, so analysing data from graphs, looking at design, and also looking at shape and measurement. On to general maths at units 1 and 2. So for general maths, we look at, it's the building blocks to further. It's about understanding and investigating relationships in data, storing and manipulating data through matrices, describing and understanding number patterns from financial arithmetic in terms of loans and interest. Okay, the outcomes that are here. So outcome 1, in layman's terms, outcome 1 is about being able to show some working manually, mathematically. Outcome 2 is about being able to describe what you found and what it means. Outcome 3 is basically being able to use technology to bring about the solution to a problem. So anything under 50% for something like that would require a reset of that assessment. And the hurdle requirement would be that all set work is completed from the chapter exercises. There are a couple of exams, 2 at the end of semester 1, and also 2 90-minute exams at the end of semester 2. So that basically mimics the further maths exam. At general maths, we have the general maths textbook and 1 of 2 calculators. They both work exactly the same. The grey is the older model, the coloured version is a newer model. So the price is different, but if you were to pick up the grey one and then had the option to pick up the coloured one, the CAS 400 for any reason, the working and the learning of them is basically identical. So very easy to transition between. Further maths. So further maths simply builds upon the skills in general maths. The general maths, further maths stream is really good for people who aren't so strong algebraically, as a lot of the work is done on the CAS calculator, with more of an emphasis on understanding and being able to explain the results. Okay, so we complete a lot of ongoing past exam questions to support preparation, and that increases students' ability to understand and interpret worded questions. And the outcomes there are identical to general maths. And at the end of the year, there are 2 90-minute exams. One's multiple choice and 1 short answer. Again, the only difference in material is the further maths textbook. Maths methods is something that you want to go into if you're strong algebraically. Okay. So it covers linear algebra, quadratics, cubic polynomials, color of graphs, exponentials and logs, circular functions, and calculus. The unit 3 and 4 made up there between the algebraic skills and calculus skills, as well as moving into probability, discrete and continuous probability, and the assessment for units 3 and 4. And now why you should take up maths methods. So if you're looking to head into something like medicine, engineering, or aviation, then methods is definitely something you should be considering, as it's generally a prerequisite. Can you do it? So you require a strong algebraic skill base. So if you felt like you did well at things like linear equations in year 9 or 10, if you did well with quadratics in year 10, then methods are something you should definitely choose. If you found that algebra at 9 and 10 and things like linear weren't so strong, then further is going to be your possibly a better option because the use of the CAS calculator for algebra work is a good support. That's the end of the presentation. As I said, my name's Aaron Freeman. If you need any more information about this, feel free to contact me, and hopefully we'll catch you in maths next year. Cheers, thank you, and good evening or good night.